Hello, I'm Mr. Camigo. I'm going to be your teacher for college algebra, dual credit college algebra. Today I'm going to talk with you a little bit about the syllabus and stuff about getting the course started and how assignments will work and some information like that. So to find the syllabus for the course, it's down here in the navigation links. Just click on syllabus. So this is going to be I guess, hybrid course. Some of you are meeting face-to-face. Some of you are virtual and are online. I'll be posting videos of lecture for online students, and face-to-face students will be covering the same topics just in class. So this is Math 1314, Section 840. We meet B days, 11:30 a.m. to 1:10 p.m. in room 127. The exception is if any time a B day falls on a Friday. Fridays are half days, so the meeting time is earlier. You'll need to check the high school's Focus Friday schedule and figure out where period 3B falls in that. This is going to be for 3 credit hours, and it's spring 2021. So this initial information here just kind of talks about what we're going to cover in college algebra. So we got polynomials, radicals, rationals, exponential, logarithmic functions, system of equations, matrices, and then we have some other topics like sequences and series and some other stuff, probability and conics. For the course prerequisites, you've all already been screened that and cleared through getting signed up in the course with the counselors, so we don't need to worry about that. For required course materials, you guys will need to get a MyMathLab access code. This is going to have a e-copy of our textbook in it. So the MyMathLab access code, that's going to be where we do our homework and quizzes. So you all will need to purchase a copy of that. You can get through, I'll show you how to get to that from Canvas here in a little bit. And it does have a copy of the textbook we're going to be using. The textbook that we use is kind of pricey, so I would suggest you all just use the e-copy because that comes with the access code that you'd have to purchase anyway. If you do want a hard copy of the book, this is the textbook that we're going to be using for the course, so you could go and I guess get that if you want a hard copy, but again, I would suggest just to save money, just when you purchase the MyMathLab access code, I'd suggest you guys just use the e-text that comes with that. When we take tests, you'll need to use a scientific calculator, the TI 30X, whatever, I guess it's 2S, that's the recommended one. On tests, we cannot use graphing calculators, you cannot use phone as a calculator. On tests or really homework or quizzes. So we're just going to be using scientific calculator for the course. No graphing, no phone calculator. One thing about this course, even if you're a virtual student, there's going to be 4 tests and a final, and you will need to be coming in face-to-face to take those 4 tests and a final. My department chair said that we need to do that face-to-face, just you know, for issues with cheating, things like that. So there will be five dates that you all will need to come on in to take your 4 tests in the final, and I'll talk about that a little bit further down in the syllabus. So my name's Albert Camigo. My actual office, I guess, is in Lake Dallas High School. It's room 131. For office hours, we're going to have them after school from 3:45 up to 4:15 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And on Friday from 2:25 up to 12:25 up to 2:15 on Fridays. I can have office hours then or by appointment. This is the high school's telephone number, so if you need to contact me, you can contact the high school and tell them to, if you need to call and talk to me, you can tell them to contact me and I'll get in touch with you through there. It's probably the best way to get in contact with me is just use my email, acamigo@ldisd.net. That I check that every day, so that's going to be probably fastest way to get a hold of me with information. Okay, so NCTC has done office hours, and they say we're going to hold them online this semester. I guess for if you're a face-to-face student, you're face-to-face in class, and you're on campus, I suppose you could come on into the room 131 for office hours, but there'll be a virtual option as well. So you can click the Cisco WebEx option in Canvas and go to the office hour tab. And I've had a little bit of issues with this. So it should display when I'm available, and you should be able to confirm a meeting and set up a meeting with me that way. If that's not working though, if we're having issues with that at the high school level, we've been using Zoom for a lot of the high school stuff. So if you guys we tried this and it's not happening, you can also email me and say, hey, can we schedule a Zoom meeting on Friday at 1? And if I got time for that, I'll say sure, and we can set up a Zoom conference that way. So if y'all are needing to, I'm gonna work with y'all as much as I can. If y'all need to get in contact with me about office hours or homework help or any of that sort of stuff, just email me, and I can I'll find a time to get in contact with you either through Cisco WebEx or through Zoom, and we'll make sure that we get we're able to meet up in a either face-to-face or virtual setting. If you're a virtual student, we'll do virtual setting. If you're on campus, we can maybe do a face-to-face meetup. But we'll do that to have lots of options for y'all to be able to get in contact with me. So for this course, we're going to have 32 homeworks. They are going to count for 10% of your overall grade. We're going to have 12 quizzes. That will count for 10% of your overall grade. You'll have 4 exams. That's going to count for 60% of the grade. And 1 final that counts for 20%. So these 4 exams and the 1 final, these are the 5 instances that you need to come in face-to-face to take the test. The rest of the homework and quizzes, we'll be able to do that through Canvas in a virtual setting. Grade scale, 90 to 100 is going to be an A, 80 to 89 is a B, 70 to 79 is a C, 60 to 69 is a D, and if you get below 60, it's going to be an F. This is a college class. Late work's not going to be accepted. So if you guys miss a homework or you miss a quiz, I'm not going to accept late work. It's college class, and we're going to expect stuff to be turned in on time. So if you don't turn it in, you get a 0. Just because occasionally stuff does happen. We'll say if you're absent from a test, you need to email me within 24 hours to schedule a makeup test. So, and you're going to need to have a reason that can be excused as to why you missed the test. Just saying I didn't feel like taking the test is not going to be good enough. You need to have a doctor note or a something along those lines, a valid reason for you to take the test, to have missed the test, and you need to contact me within 24 hours, schedule a makeup. At the end of the semester, I'm going to drop 4 of your lowest homework grades and 2 of your lowest quiz grades. So if something does happen where, you missed a homework, I will at the end, since we have 32 homeworks and 12 quizzes, I'll drop 4 of the homeworks and 2 of the quizzes, and I'll go from there. So the final exam, this is departmental comprehensive algebra exam. Everybody has to take it. If you guys don't take the exam, I don't think you can pass the course without taking the final. I guess technically the grade weights work out, but part of passing this course and getting a passing grade for the course is taking the final. So you all need to come in and make sure you take the final exam. The final exam will replace your lowest test grade as long as the final exam grade is higher. So I'm not going to replace the lowest test grade with the lower grade. We'll just, but if you made a 70 on a test and you made an 87 on the final, then and your lowest test grade was a 70, then we can replace that 70 with an 87, and that will help your grades out. As far as the subjects and what week, I'm not going to read this all through, but this has the topics that we're going to cover. This has the assignments that will be open during that week, and you can kind of look through here, and this is going to be a run of the whole course that we're gonna cover. So So for student learning outcomes, we're going to say, you know how to apply properties of functions, including domain and range, operations, compositions, and inverses. We can do polynomials, radicals, rationals, exponential, logarithms, and solve related equations. We know graph techniques. We know how to evaluate roots of higher order polynomials and rational functions, and to recognize, solve, and apply systems of linear equations using matrices. Okay, for this part here, since you guys are NCTC students, NCTC should set you up with a Lion Pride email, which your email will look something like this. So correspondence from NCTC to you. So like you can contact me through my high school email, and I'll contact you. I'll send stuff to you through your high school email. But you do need to be checking that NCTC Lion Pride email, I guess what they call it, in order to make sure that anything that NCTC is putting out, you're getting that information. So they have some instructions there, and they say it's a student's responsibility to activate and regularly monitor your NCTC email. So that's where they'll have important announcements, notifications from admissions, financial aid, other college staff. All that'll be coming through your Lion Pride email system. So it's you guys need to get that set up and make sure that you do that. Notes here, Canvas message is not the same as Lion Pride email. So I think if you look in Canvas, there's a inbox, and you can kind of send stuff. You can contact me through Canvas. Has their own thing that's different than Lion Pride email. Need to make sure to check both the email as well as Canvas inbox for information from NCTC. Okay, so attendance policy. Regular punctual attendance expected, all students in class for which you've registered. All attendances are considered to be unauthorized, or all absences, are considered to be unauthorized unless the student is absent due to illness or emergencies. It's your responsibility to provide documentation as to the emergency for approval by the faculty member. So if you have college-sponsored activities, those are excused. Instructors responsible for judging the validity of reasons for given absence. Valid reasons for absence, however, do not relieve the student from responsibility of making up missed work. So all this is saying is basically me as the instructor, I'm in charge of, I guess, deciding if an absent was valid. And just because you're absent from something doesn't mean that you don't have to do the work that you missed. You're still responsible for all the work, even though you were absent. So students will not be allowed to make up an exam missed due to absence unless the absence is documented and excused by the instructor. So if you miss one of those tests, you need to have a good reason for it. I need the absence documented. You need to contact me with the documentation within 24 hours. And if that's the case, where it's like, okay, yes, you were sick, and I have documentation, and you contacted me, then we'll set a makeup test time, and we'll do that way. If you just didn't feel like taking the test, though, then you don't have any documentation, you have no reason that you missed it, then you'll be getting a 0 for the test for not taking it. Students will be dropped from a class by the registrar upon recommendation of the instructor who feels the student has been justifiably absent or tardy a sufficient number of times to preclude the meeting of the course's objectives. So basically this is saying is if you're absent from the course too much, you can be dropped from the course from the registrar. Okay, so it just says here, persistent unjustified absences from classes or labs will be considered sufficient cause for the college officials to drop a student from the rolls of the college. So basically you all need to make sure that you're coming to class. If you're a virtual student, you need to make sure you're logging on virtually, and I'll be using the high school's attendance for the virtual learners. There's a way to see if they're virtually present. I'll be using that for attendance to make sure that you all are logging in, and well, let's see here. I'll have to think about that a little bit. If you're virtual attendance, we'll have something worked out with Canvas to make sure that attendance is taken. I think we may have to do that where you log into the high school Canvas to mark that you're present. So, but yeah, for the attendance policy, make sure you're coming to class, make sure you're completing work, and make sure you're keeping up with the coursework. For testing policy, so this is the basically due to COVID, there's been a lot of changes with testing during the semester. So testing may be administered in a variety of ways, and the mode of testing may change during the semester as deemed appropriate by the instructor. When possible, in-person proctored testing is preferred. For in-person classes, testing will occur at the designated class times. For online classes, in-person proctored testing may be required. On-site testing may be done at NCTC Testing Center and at test locations provided by the Math Division or another authorized testing site. If online testing is used, students may be required to use a webcam while testing. And so they have this other information here. Basically, for our class, the department chair said that we need to come in for face-to-face proctored testing. The test dates below, you need to come into room 127 at 11:30 a.m. and on each of those 4 test dates and on the date of the final exam. We'll have you all spread out in the room, and you need to wear a mask when you come into class to take a test, and you need to bring your materials as far as something to write with, like a pencil and a calculator. You'll need to bring that on in as well. So our tentative test schedule, this is tentative, and depending on what's going on in the semester, these dates may move around a little bit. If they do move around, I will contact you, put it up on Canvas, and I'll also email if a test date changes, especially because virtual learners will need to come in on those days, and they need to know when those days are. So test 1, what we have right now, is going to be February 11th, and we're just noting on each of these, you have to come into school to take the test. Test 2 will be March 3rd. Test 3 will be April 1st. Test 4 will be April 28th. And our final exam will be given May 10th. So those are all going to be in room 127. We start them all at 11:30 a.m. You'll bring a calculator and a pencil on in, and we'll take the test. And then after that, you'll go back to, as you finish up the test, then if you're a virtual learner, you'll just continue back the following days. You'll continue back in watching videos, signing in virtually, and doing your work through Canvas at home. The last day to withdraw from this course with the W is Monday, April 5th. So what that means is if it looks like you're going to get a failing grade for the course, you can withdraw from the course. On your transcript, it will show up as a W rather than a F, which a W is preferred to an F. So if your grade is not doing well and you need to get out of the course, you have to get out of the course by Monday, April 5th. You have to have contacted NCTC and started the withdrawal process. If it's April 7th and you want out of the course, it's too late at that point. You're stuck in, and you're going to receive whatever letter grade you have at that point. Or I guess whatever your letter grade is at the end of the semester. The NCTC does have a math lab. You all can visit that for tutoring hours if you want to. They have information here. You can also, if you have questions on homework problems, stuff like that, you can always send me an email, and I can, write out some information and send that back. So, but this is a option for y'all. Okay, and then this is important. Disability services. This is Office for Students with Disabilities. So any student that has a disability, some of you, there may be some of you that have disabilities through the high school. For you to get those same disability, this may be stuff like extra time on a test or teacher's copies of notes. For you to be able to get those, you need to contact NCTC. So you need to go to the Office of Students' Disabilities. They provide accommodations for students that have documented disability. We're in the Corinth campus, so you need to go to room 107 or call this phone number here for the Corinth campus. And you'll need to present them with paperwork stating what accommodations you need. And then they will give you paperwork to return to me. Or if we're virtual, you can email it to me, and they'll give me paperwork, and then I will, once I get the paperwork, I can apply those accommodations for you. So if you're a student that gets accommodations, and you get accommodations at high school, in order for them to apply to this class, you have to contact NCTC and go to this room at the Corinth campus, or contact them by phone, and you need to present the paperwork to the college so that the college can get that paperwork to me, and then I can provide you the accommodations. Again, with anything on the syllabus, if there's questions on this stuff, certainly email me, and I can talk with you about it more, and we'll make sure that everything gets taken care of. So we have, this is just some curriculum type. Here's a student handbook. We're expecting y'all to follow rules and regulations provided by the handbook, so if y'all need to click on that and take a look what's there. Okay, academic dishonesty. This is cheating. So scholastic dishonesty shall include, but is not limited to, cheating, plagiarism, academic falsifications, intellectual property dishonesty, academic dishonesty, facilitation, and collusion. So the use of online math solvers with submitted work is considered academic dishonesty. So faculty members may document and bring charges against a student who is engaged or is suspected of engaging in academic dishonesty. Consequences of this may include a 0 on the assignment or a failing grade for the course. So basically for this class, don't cheat, do your own work. For homework and stuff, study groups are okay, but we don't want to use online solvers. We're going to be coming in for tests face-to-face, so, you can't have equation sheets or cheat sheets or any of that sort of stuff. You're not going to have access to your phone, can't be on your phone while you're taking the face-to-face tests. So we're basically, while you're doing the homework, that'll be on Canvas, that'll be online. You need to do your own work, and then when you come in for tests for face-to-face testing, it's just, you got a pencil, you got your calculator, and whatever you know in your brain, and that's all you're allowed to use. So if you get caught cheating again, 0 on assignment, or you can get a failing grade from the course, and you don't want to have failing grade for the course or 0 on the assignments. So for this class, you need to not cheat. Really, for any class, you should not be cheating. Okay, so we got a little bit more here. Some of this stuff is kind of new due to COVID. So this is saying, at some point, if case numbers get real bad again or something, we may have to go to a full online format. So like at the end of the spring semester of last year that happened. So what you may want to do if you're a face-to-face learner in this class, you may need to plan ahead and make sure you have access to computer equipment in order, if we do have to go full online, that you would be able to get onto Canvas and do assignments and watch videos and that sort of thing. There is again, you're supposed to be reading your student emails. If there is a transition where we have to shut everything down, students are granted a 72-hour transition and grace period, and then online classes will resume as scheduled without disruption. And again, we want to wear masks, stay safe, contact instructor, so contact me by email, or you can call the school, but probably email's better if any situations arise. And then this is when they updated the policy. All right, so face covers for NCTC, and this applies to us all when you come in on our high school campus. You all need to be wearing masks or face shields, and if you're wearing a face shield alone is not enough. You need to wear a mask with the face shield. So really, you need to be, if you're coming in on campus here, and you're going to be coming in 5 times on campus to take your tests, You need to wear a mask, and or you can wear a mask with the face shield. We'll be in room 127 for the tests. We'll spread you all out, and everyone needs to mask up, and you need to keep masked up for the whole period. You'll need the mask to cover both your mouth and your nose while you're on campus. Okay, temporary COVID-19 attendance policy for face-to-face meetings. So basically it's saying faculty needs to keep records of student attendance for face-to-face course meetings as well as documented seating chart. In addition, if you're a student that's sick or needs to quarantine, do not come into class. So our high school has been very good about, if you need to quarantine, they tell you, and then you're going to stay home. What you will do for my class, if you're quarantined, you'll continue on in Canvas, and you can complete the work by watching videos. If you're quarantined, do not come in for a lecture. If you're a face-to-face student. If you're sick, you can certainly contact me and let me know that that's going on, and I'll work with you as far as assignment due dates and stuff like that. Students will not be required to provide formal documentation. Students will not be required to provide formal documentation from a healthcare provider and will not be penalized for COVID-19 related absences when proper notification of campus health officials is made in accordance with guidelines stated below. So, as a faculty, I will notify students about important course information and delivery changes through Canvas and campus email. So, through your school emails, I'll send them in on what do you call it? For now, I'm sending it in on high school stuff, but I'll send it through your all's college emails as well as post any information in Canvas like due to course changes, whether that be, hey, we need to shut the school down and we're going all online for a little while, or a test date moving or something like that. That information will be on Canvas and it will also be emailed to you. So you all need to make sure you're checking Canvas and your emails regularly. This information here is, okay, so some of this information is only if you're going to NCTC. So provide notification to campus officials if you have tested positive for COVID-19 or have to quarantine, so we can confirm reported absences with instructors, monitor and assess the campus community. So I think if you come down with COVID-19, you'll need to contact the NCTC Daily Health Check Protocol through Canvas. If you're going to be out with something, or you're quarantined, or you're test positive for COVID-19 and have to stay quarantined, you can notify me for sure that you're going to have some absences. We can connect through the class. They say using WebEx. I'm going to be posting videos for the class for virtual learners up on the website. So what I'll have you do is if you're virtual or you're quarantining and can't come in on for face-to-face, you'll be watching the videos, you'll be completing the quizzes and assignments. If you're quarantined and there is a test that falls while you are quarantined, I'll email you and we'll work out what we're gonna do there. Depending on what the situation is, we'll handle that on a case-by-case basis. But if you're tested positive with COVID-19 and can't come in, please, if there's a test there, don't come in face-to-face for the test if you're quarantined, or if you're positive with COVID-19, contact me by email and I'll work with you to come up with something that works out for everyone. You'll need to keep up and or make up missed classwork and assignments. Submit assignments digitally through Canvas or any other means announced by your instructor. So if you're quarantined, you'll just submit stuff through Canvas. So we'll reschedule exams and labs and anything else that we need to in the syllabus. And keep up with your email and Canvas, making sure you're keeping connected to stuff. For the campus policy, okay, this is NCTC. We're tobacco-free campus, and so is NCTC. Campus carry does not apply here. That's NCTC. Parking permits are NCTC. And then down here, this is just a summary of all the different due dates on a bunch of stuff that a bunch of the course material. Okay, so one thing it was I hadn't thought through completely that for the attendance policy, I'm going to come back and post a secondary video on this after I need to talk to high school a little bit more, and because if you're logging into NCTC system, the way our high school keeps track of attendance is through the high school's Canvas, and I don't think they're going to be able to see NCTC's Canvas through the high school's one. So I'll post a secondary video about what to do for the attendance policy, and that'll be its own separate video. And I guess kind of wrapping up everything else here, we got so here's all the information. You guys can get to it anytime by clicking syllabus. Just kind of recapping a couple main points. If you need to contact me, my email right here. This is the best way to get in touch with me. Office hours, we can either use a Cisco WebEx option, or if you're having issues with that, we can set up a Zoom conference. That's fine. You can email me and set up a Zoom conference. Either of those methods. We will need to come in for the 4 tests and the final. So 4 tests in the final, we'll need to come in to room 127 at 11:30 a.m. to take those 4 tests and the final on these particular dates. So you need to make sure that you're able to do that. We'll keep you all spaced out in the room. You must wear mask, face covering when you come on in. And again, if at any point in time you are a face-to-face learner, or we're going to come in for a test and you are quarantined, do not come into campus if you are quarantined. Work virtually. If there's a test that's missed, email me, contact me about it, and we will reschedule. So, and again, if there's any other questions pertaining to, the other thing, to get to the text, I guess our textbook, which is this My Math Lab access code. How it should work is you all will go to like the home or modules. Those both have kind of the same thing. So if we go to home, this is what our run sheet looks like. If we go to modules, you can see pretty much the same. When you click on these assignments, there should be a link. For me, I've already clicked the link, so I already have my assignments loaded in. But when you click on this, there'll be a link, and when you click on the link, it will ask you to purchase a My Math Lab code, and you can use their online portal there to get that, to make that purchase, and then you'll have access to the homework assignments, and you'll complete them through Canvas. So going back one more time to the syllabus. This My Math Lab access code that has a e-copy of the textbook. This also is where our homework and quizzes will be done through. Is this My Math Lab? My Math Lab. That will be the online system we do homeworks and quizzes through. So please, you do need to get that purchased. And finally, any other questions or any other issues or concerns or anything there, please email me at acamigo@ldisd.net, and I can contact you, and we can make sure that any questions or concerns are addressed. And I'm looking forward to the semester, and we'll I think January 20th is our first B day. So face-to-face students, January 20th, I'll see you there. And everyone else, the course opens January 19th. So January 19th, you all are able to get in here and work on assignments. Thank you.